All right, so today we have the Honda. And yeah, I kind of forgot to make videos on this car because nothing really interesting has happened with it. Or so I thought anyway, because it hadn't broken down. Nothing has gone wrong with it. It's just been dead reliable, as you would expect. But in reality, stuff has changed because I modified it a bit. It's modified it a bit different. And also, I've owned this car for 2 years now. So I wanted to kind of give you guys an update of just how it's been living with this little thing and just really just enjoying it. So let's get into it. So obviously I own this Honda CRZ. It's a 2015 Honda CRZ EX and it's my daily driver. And yeah, it's really great, honestly. It gets good fuel economy. I mean, it's not powerful, but it's a daily driver. It looks the part, it handles well, and it's just a good overall daily driver. It really is. And it's one of the easiest manual cars I've driven, even to this day. But you're not here for that. You want to know what has changed with this car since I got it last. I had to rewatch the previous video I did for this car because I kind of forgot the progress I had made up to that point. But I got it now. Also, I apologize if there's any wind noise. I forgot my mic today, so I just kind of have to deal with it. But it's a nice day outside, so I thought I'd make a video anyway. If you have a keen eye, you may notice the first modification, and the most major one in my opinion. That is that I got coilovers and lowered it. Yes. Let's get a side angle here. The car is lower than it used to be for sure. You can see there's no gap here in the back anymore. The wheel is tucked up quite nicely, and I mean, I can't really even put my fingers straight in there. And the front is no different. So, I have lowered the car on some Megan Racing coilovers. I was originally going to do lowering springs, but I started reading up and apparently they can be bad for your shocks in some cases. So I was like, you know what? I want to treat this car right. I want to do it not cheaply because I did anything to the A7 really cheaply and it made that car a piece of junk. So I wanted to do it right with this car and got a proper set of coilovers. And I am very happy with them. They are 15 weight adjustable, or so they claim. Some will do 16, some will do 18, and others, well, I don't know. It kind of varies how many clicks you can do either way, but they get the job done, really. And usually I keep them on the hardest possible setting because I think it's funny. Until I ride in the car and am uncomfortable, and then it's not so funny. But they're softened up today for the video, so I'm not like bouncing around constantly. And yeah, I've really been enjoying them. I got these about a couple months ago during Christmas is when I got these. And yeah, by far the biggest modification I think has been done to this car. Definitely the most expensive. Next, let's come around the back here. You can see I removed all the cringy stickers because I realized, wait, this is actually like really, really cringy. And yeah, I took them all off. Much cleaner look. Still got the Vegeta there because my friend gave that to me and I didn't want to remove a sticker my friend gave to me. And I got this sticker from DistortedTN on Instagram because I thought it was cool. Rep the faith. And yeah, just a cool little graphic there. Really enjoy that. But yeah, none of those are the important part about the back of the car. The important part is down here. I actually have a proper exhaust now rather than just deleting the muffler. And let me tell you, it makes the car sound way better. It's a bit quieter on the interior as you would expect since it's not dumping inside the bumper, but it has a much better tone to it and I could never go back to just muffler delete after this. It's not a loud exhaust, and I mean it gets the job done. It's not impressing anyone, but it gives you a nice little sound, better than stock or just muffler delete. And yeah, I think that's all on the exterior. No, it's not. I forgot another big thing on the back. I got this spoiler for the Honda. I think these came as a factory option for like 500 bucks, but I found this on eBay painted for, I think it was 200 bucks. And I was like, oh, cool. I'll just slap that on there, and that'll be a good looking improvement on the Honda. And good looking improvement it is. I think that really puts the whole car together. And I've been told by a bunch of other people, like, hey, that spoiler in the back, that kind of does it for the car, honestly. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. It makes the car look ever so slightly more aggressive, in my opinion, and it just gives it a little extra flair that I think it needed, because it was a little smooth coming off the back there before with just nothing there. So I think that just adds a little bit of a jagged edge that looks a little cool, in my opinion. And yeah, I think that's actually all the exterior stuff that's been done to this car. But I wanted to walk around it anyway, just give you guys a nice view of it. Just so you can see what it looks like. It's a bit dirty right now. I haven't washed it. Like I said, this is my daily driver, so I wash it when I can, but it's not often enough for some of you, I'm sure. I am perfectly fine with having this car dirty. Let's get into the next biggest modification of this car. I was mentioning in the last video how I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to get a sub or not. Subwoofer would be cool, but I think it would kind of ruin the whole back seats or the trunk of this car, the cargo space. And eventually I came to the conclusion that I don't care. I'm gonna get a massive subwoofer, and I don't care if I have no trunk space anymore. So that's exactly what I did. I got this, two 12-inch subs on Amazon, and I put them in this car, and I was like, okay, well, these fit way more snug than I thought they would, but it works. Because one day, me and Justin had to go deliver his dual 12-inch subwoofers that he wanted to sell to someone, and we decided, hey, it'd be funny if we put them in the back of this car and took it. And they were massive in this car, bigger than these, but yeah, then I got these, and I was like, well, those fit a lot better than I thought they would. So yeah, this is what I've been rocking, and these are decent subwoofers from what I've heard. I got a nice little amp back here. Oh, you can't really see it, but yeah, there's my amp back there. It comes loose sometimes because it's just velcroed on, but yes, it's only 250 watts, which you may be thinking, well, that doesn't really do much. You have massive subs and a 250 watt amp. Trust me, guys, it moves some air. It really does move some air. Especially in this small of a car. So I'm very happy with these. I use them constantly, and yeah, it's really just what I wanted, honestly. And I don't mind having less cargo space now that I have the Infinity to have the cargo space, because this car didn't really have it before. But yeah, it's still got the fake back seats, and yeah, you can see back in the back seats there that thing hanging out there is the cargo divider. I actually can move these up a bit, put the cargo divider over, put it into place, and this can act as a shelf temporarily. We did do that, actually. Me and Justin took this car up to a friend's house in a different state to spend a couple nights there, and we had this entire car loaded full of stuff, and we had an entire couch cushion on here that Justin was going to sleep on. And if I can find a picture, I will post it here. It was crazy the amount of stuff we managed to fit in this car. But yeah, and on the way back, I stopped at Micro Center to grab an RTX 4090. So even more stuff. Yeah, we really had no room to spare. But anyways, let's take a step inside the car and continue the improvements, I guess. There's not many more, but it's a little windy out there. It's getting a bit more windy. I also remember mentioning last video that, hey, I really want a new shift knob. Oh, it's so nice, honestly. I need to fix the shift boot still. It comes undone on its own. It doesn't really stay up. You can clip it up there, but it's only temporary. But yes, I got a new shift knob. It's a Mugen. I don't really know how to say it properly, but it is that shift knob. and it's weighted, it's very nice, and it's not beat up, and I cannot feel the scratches and stuff on my hand anymore. So all benefits there. It's much nicer in the hand, and honestly, just subconsciously, this is probably one of the best modifications I've done, just because it makes the car so much more drivable long distances. Because that old shift knob, it would, well, is there a 5th lockout when I'm stopped? That's weird. That's so weird. I didn't notice that. Oh, even when the clutch is in. Oh, wait, no, there's 5th. I was just pushing it way over. Okay, because you can go into reverse. Okay. I am being dumb. Anyways, yes, the shift knob was a very good modification, because the other one I would hate having to use for a long time, just because it was so beat up and I could feel it. It was just an annoying texture to have to feel. And other than that, really, there's no other modifications that I can think of. I mean, yeah, that's kind of just it, honestly. This has been working really well. I really love that screen. Give a big recommend to that Sony doubled-in screen there. It's been working flawlessly. I've only had a few hiccups with it, where sometimes it'll disconnect me from calls when I'm in Apple CarPlay. And I mean, disconnect me as in the screen will freeze and then it'll just go to my phone, which is kind of annoying, but I mean, what can I do? It's it works exactly the way I need it to. But, yeah, I say let's go take this car for a drive, shall we? All right, let's take the Honda for a drive. I don't know if you can make a difference over camera, but it sounds a lot quieter in here now than it did before. You'll notice it more when we drive. Also, another thing that's gotten better about this car over the past 2 years is the driver. I've learned how to drive manual a lot better now, so I can actually, like, shift and stuff. But, yeah, I've really enjoyed this car a lot, and the experiences it's given me. I actually love having a daily driver manual car. For some reason, even though traffic still sucks, and drive-thrus still suck, I really enjoy having it, even though I'd probably daily the Infinity if it was a little better on gas, just because it's so much more comfortable than this car. Yeah, it is a shame, but it's either take the comfortable gas guzzler or take the fuel efficient manual car on coilovers. But yeah, you'll be able to hear the exhaust difference maybe here. And before you comment anything, yes, I was granny shifting a lot there, and that's because I want to preserve my transmission and not bang through the gears and break something. I would rather have a reliable car than go ever so slightly faster in my 10-second 0 to 60 car. So before you comment anything, I meant to granny shift. Yes, I know I can shift faster, but like I said, it's a 10-second 0 to 60 car, so it's not fast to begin with, so who cares? But anyways, yeah, with the suspension set to its softest setting, you can pretty much just sit back and enjoy the ride, honestly. It feels more or less like it's stock, honestly. It's maybe a little stiffer than stock, but it's really not even noticeable, honestly. I'm just spoiled because I have a 90s luxury car that acts like one, so. On the stiffest setting, however, you can definitely tell. You're bouncing everywhere, you're going crazy on the inside, and your car's, yeah, it's a little rough. But, yeah, honestly, I've been enjoying having it on the softer setting because for some reason I've tortured myself by setting it to the hardest suspension setting pretty much since I got the suspension. I probably could have showed you guys to adjust the suspension. All you have to do is you have these things here, and you just stick them in the top of the suspension assembly, and you can tighten or loosen them to stiffen or loosen the suspension up. And yeah, just open the hood. There's the shock tower. There's the little thing you stick the, I don't know what you would even call these, but yeah, there's like the hole you would stick those in, and you can do that. It's super simple. And in the back, you take one panel off. There's the shock tower. It's super easy to adjust the suspension. So really, there's been no excuse for me torturing myself by riding on the stiffest suspension setting, but I don't know. It just kind of made it feel more like, yo, I have a lowered car. This is lowered car life. So yeah, that's that. Other than that, though, I love the subwoofer. That's so nice. It's so nice, because I told you guys in the last one, I'm a pretty big bass head, so I do like the amount of bass it gives when it's at its max setting. And yeah, I will probably upgrade the amp here in the near future, just because I think I'd like to get the 500 watt version just to have a little more headroom, because it's sometimes I can max this thing out and it's just okay. It's not anything crazy. I want to be able to have the headroom, because some other people that ride with me sometimes like the music even louder than I do, because I have this tuned to where it's at my loudest volume I go, it will max out pretty much, but I never really max it out because I always dial it back in the infotainment settings. But I'd like to have the extra headroom just for reliability's sake, honestly. I don't want any dead amps. But I do really love the subwoofer. I think it was a great little purchase, and yeah. And of course the shift knob feels so good in the hands. I love it. I really do. And the exhaust. The exhaust makes the car sound so much better, in my opinion, than it used to. Like I said, it is quieter. It's not a loud exhaust either, and it's not a full system or anything. I forgot to mention that. It's literally just a axle back exhaust. So it's just, you unscrew the stock muffler, screw that in, you're good to go. So very easy to install. I did that one myself, and yeah, it was painless, and it sounds pretty good. It's just not that loud. I think it's maximum 99 decibels or something. It's pretty quiet for an aftermarket exhaust. Definitely not impressing anyone, like I said, but it is, it does what I need it to do. It sounds good, and I mean, it's not too drony on the highway or anything. So that's really all I can say. That's really all I care about. Yeah, so that seems to be pretty much it for this video. I've showed you all the changes to my car over the past 2 years. It's been dead reliable, no issues there. And yeah, I've literally just been enjoying it. And I don't remember how many miles I had on the last video. I'm sure I could go and find that, but now it is at 109,782 miles. So I'm expecting the car to go a lot longer than that. And yeah, I'm just going to keep driving it. And if it dies, it dies. But I don't plan on selling it anytime soon unless I get a real good offer. But yeah, that's pretty much all with the Honda CR-Z for today. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you will like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any questions about the car or anything. I read through all my comments. I reply to every single one that I feel is, well, reasonable to respond to. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya!